Hello, welcome to the show. I'm here doing an interview with my guest. If you want to go ahead and say your name here.
My name is Robert Dreyfuss. Robert Dreyfuss, okay?
Robert Dreyfuss. If you want to, Dreyfuss. There you go. Now, Robert, you recently had some sort of humanitarian work that you've done down in Africa. You even traveled up to Iceland, where the famous artist Björk is a performer. Tell us about your achievements here. Tell us.
Well, I just want to say right up front that when I agreed to this, I did not know that Iceland was not in Africa. And the only reason I did all of this is because if you do humanitarian work in Africa, well, you get a lot of attention in the United States. People really think something of it. But no, they sent me to Iceland, where everybody looks like they're in some kind of band. So everybody looks like they're in some kind of band. It was like MTV late 90s.
Now, what type of work did you do in Iceland?
Well, I was supposed to be working for USAID, teaching villagers how to dig trenches and improve their irrigation systems, and I'm afraid that in Iceland they pretty much have all that figured out.
Nah, did you feel like you were the butt of a joke or something like that?
I'm not sure what exactly happened, but I'm Robert Dreyfuss. I was not in the movie Jaws. I've never been to Cape Cod or any kind of cod. I've never been I've never actually been to Massachusetts. I was in Iceland. I thought I was going to Africa. It took me a week to figure out I was not in Africa. It took me a week.
Now, now tell me about your experiences. Tell us about the university training. Where did you go?
I just got my associate's degree in business administration / human therapy. It was an associate's, but it was, before you disrespect my credentials, let me assure you, it took the full 5 years to complete the associate. It was a rigorous program, and it did not prepare me for what I found in Iceland.
Now, do you feel that maybe you made a mistake not doing a university, but just doing an associate's? Because nowadays, associates are not going to get you anywhere. You're not going to be able to. I mean, you might as well just pay lots and lots of money to these publishers. Because listen, you feel that your money's been wasted because you didn't get the bachelor's, or even for so much that get the master's degree?
Well, now a lot of it is, for me, was about social standing. You know, why I wanted to get a particular degree, because people assume things about your social standing. I thought, well, if I get a PhD, everyone's calling me doctor. Well, I didn't want to be called doctor. If I get a master's degree, people would call me master, and I'm politically opposed to being called a master anywhere. And if I got a bachelor's degree, well, I didn't want people thinking that I was some schmuck who couldn't find himself a girl. So I got an associate's degree because I figure, hey, people see associate's degree in business administration, they will associate me with proper foundation of business administration.
I actually haven't ever really thought about that. So good career choice, I have to say. Let's see. Another topic we can talk about here in the show, because this is kind of a free-form show. I'm actually some guy that's living in my basement at my mom's house. This is actually a... Mom, stop. Mom, knock it off. All right. I'll wash my clothes. All right. I love you. I love you too. All right. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. All right, we're back.
Can I just say one thing, Artie? Your name. That's your name's Artie. I wasn't paying attention to the intro. I was fixing my cufflinks, but I just want to say that your mom, she makes the best coffee. the best. If I had her coffee beforehand, well, I never would have went to Iceland. I never would have tried to go to Africa. See, I wasn't trying to go to Iceland. I don't know what, everybody. I mean, it took me a week to figure out I wasn't in Africa, okay? Everybody was white. They were all taller than me. They were dressed like some, Sugar Cubes wannabe, Everyone wants to look like the Sugar Cubes. They got their spiked hair and the hair. Excuse me. I got a butterfly in my throat. And they're all like spiking their hair. And I'm just like, there's no business for irrigation here. They got it all figured out already. Sorry, the butterfly keeps somebody once commented my attitude when I was in Iceland. They're like, hey, buddy. They sounded very Canadian. Hey, buddy, what's the girl down your throat and died? And I was like, well, for your information, mister, it didn't die. It didn't die.
I have to ask, what do you think about the publishing companies producing? Because in that interview, he's talking about how his book was $200, and what the publisher originally wanted to do, the writer brought down the prices to he condensed the book so it'd be cheaper, but the publisher said, you know what, let's make them pay $200.
Well, I don't understand how you can condense a book and at the same time condense milk. Because when you condense milk, you're basically getting the same, relatively the same ingredients. But in a condensed book, I just think that there's something being filtered out that the government doesn't want us to know about.
I have to currently agree with this, but our show is coming to a wrap. Do you have any thoughts out there for San Diego?
Can I just say, does anyone have any gas money that they can spare me? I don't have. I am absolutely flat broke. That trip to Iceland just it completely depleted my trust fund. I was going to Grossmont College on a trust fund, and I've actually depleted all of my I guess I'll figure something out. I'm going to have to. What we are dealing with here is a plot by people who are smoking cigars, and they're in their little offices, and they're making these decisions, and they're charging $100 a book, and they're telling people they're going to send them to Africa, but they send them somewhere else. And I just want to say, at some point, we are going to have to rise up with our signs and start marching. And we don't really know where we're going to march or where it's going or how actually it's going to change anything. But I'm sure at some point we'll figure something out. And that's all I have to say. Iceland is a bunch of douchebags.
All right, Richard Dreyfuss, thank you for coming on the show.
Robert Dreyfuss. I am not Mr. Holland's Opus.
Thank you for the show.